Do I really need to explain the state of country music in 2021? Like, it was terrible to an even bigger extent than it has been for the past 5 or 6 years. Like, sure, maybe we didn't get as much of the bro country from like 2012 up to like 2018, but it was present. For the most part, though, country music in 2021 was a lot of I love you and I miss you ballads, or if you're Aaron Lewis, it's oh my god, the liberals are taking over masks and vaccines, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Don't even get me started on that song. That was just like, I don't even know what that. But Walker Hayes kind of swooped in and said, you know what? I'm going to try to make country music fun again because we're missing that pizzazz. And he comes out with this country trap hybrid called Fancy Like, and oh my god, is it terrible.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake.
The first time I heard this at work was when, well, I actually heard it at work the first time is what I meant to say, because we have guys at work who listen to country music, and they were the first on the job, so they turned on their radio, put the country music station on, and it was 8 hours of just, I hated it. But this song came on, and I was like, what in the hell was this trying to be? And now the whole time I'm trying to work, I'm listening to these lyrics, and I'm like, is this some sort of like made for advertisement song? Because when I read you these lyrics, you'll start to see where I thought that. Like, was this made specifically for commercials? Or was this just something that was thought off the top of, Mr. I already forgot his name's head. So basically how the song starts, it says, A, my girl is bangin', she low maintenance, don't need no champagne poppin' entertainment, take her to Wendy's, can't keep her off me, she wanna dip me like them fries in her Frosty. My friend dips his fries in his Frosty, it's gross. I don't know how you enjoy that, I don't know what makes you think that that's good, a greasy, oily food, and dipping it in some sort of like sweet, kind of flavorful shake or whatever, but you know, that's the least of my worries here. I mean, I guess the fact that he's saying she wanna dip me like them fries in that, it's a sex thing, that's kind of weird, but in the end, he's just trying to be creative. And he's like, hey, I don't need to be fancy. I'll take her to Wendy's, we'll go to drive-thru, we'll get some food, and we'll go home and eat. We don't need that quote-unquote champagne poppin' entertainment, which I guess he means just like some sort of like high-maintenance restaurant where, like, I don't know, do the waitresses just like pop champagne for you? Like, I don't understand. Maybe I'm overthinking that line. Then before the chorus you get, every now and then when I get paid, I gotta spoil my baby with an upgrade. And then this is where I thought that this was made for commercial, because he then goes on in the chorus to say, yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night, got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake, got some whipped cream on the top too, 2 straws, 1 check, girl I got you, bougie like Natty in the styrofoam, squeak squeakin' in the truck bed all the way home, some Alabama jamma, she my Dixieland delight, hey, that's how we do, fancy like. So he's saying the fanciest that he'll get or is willing to go is Applebee's, which, you know, there's no problem with that. If you don't necessarily want to spend tons of money on food that you're probably only going to eat once, or maybe it's like one of those restaurants that you need to call for a reservation for like months ahead of time, I can understand you just wanting to go to Applebee's, even though Applebee's is god-awful. It's not good anyway. I just, you know, but, you know, his preference, I can't fault him for it. And then he shout-outs their Bourbon Street steak and their Oreo shake, and then wouldn't you know it, Applebee's came calling, and this song was used in one of their commercials. I'm not kidding, it was.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake.
I think a line that Elon Musk will be proud of. He says, don't need no Tesla to impress her, my girl is happy rolling on her Vespa. Okay, maybe Elon Musk wouldn't appreciate that line because he's like, I don't need no fancy Tesla, I'm just gonna get one of those small scooters and we're gonna ride around and have fun, which again, I guess there's no problem with that, but like, it's just, the way that it is just said is weird. Also, on the last line, the whole styrofoam thing, it took me a while to get. I'm like, oh, he's talking about those like cheap styrofoam coolers that you get, like when you can't like afford those like big like plastic ones. I was trying to figure that out. It was very confusing the way he said it, And then also, of course, he rhymed Alabama with Jamma. I mean, every time I hear a country song and they say Alabama, it's always like Mama Jamma or Alabama Jamma, something like that. So the creativity there was just, even I could come up with that off the top of my head, really. And then after the bridge and the chorus, we get my new clean blue jeans without the holes in them, country kisses on my lips without skull in them. If your wife kisses you with dip in, then that's actually really gross. I mean, dip is just, ugh. I can't picture a woman wanting to go, oh, you got that skull in? Well, come here, I'm gonna give you a big fat wet kiss. No, that shit's gross. I don't think any woman finds that appealing and would just fucking just want to make out with you while it's in your mouth. Like, even if it wasn't and you had just got done chewing it, your breath is gonna smell like butthole.
It smells like poop in here.
Where was I? Oh yeah, he says, she probably gonna be keeping some Victoria's Secrets, maybe a little Maybelline, but she don't need it. In the kitchen light, radio slows down, boxed wine, and her up goes down.
What?
He's mentioning oh, my wife is high maintenance, she's got a Victoria's Secret, and maybe a little Maybelline, but that's really it. That's all she really needs to, be quote-unquote fancy, because maybe there's just fancier stores out there than what he's mentioning here. Like, you see what I'm getting at? Like, one thing I'll say about this song is at least it tries to be fun, whereas a lot of country music was just, like, down in the dumps or too sappy. But the way he goes about it, it just felt like it was definitely made for these commercial uses or like some sort of advertisement, but he says it's not. He says he was just trying to write a song about how he doesn't need big things or material things to get through his life, which it's okay, most country boys don't, but the way he worded some things and the way he went out there and just thought that this song was going to be it. Like, he didn't think it was going to be big, but like, this was the best that he could come up with for a song like this, when he could have done anything different. But no, he's like, it's country and I'm gonna throw a little bit of trap beat in there just to show you that we appreciate hip-hop just a little bit, just a tiny bit. It's not gonna be like Florida Georgia Line where it's obvious and they get like a Nelly feature, but he did get a feature for a remix. It wasn't a rapper though. Of all people, it was Kesha.
Wake up in the morning smelling like P. Diddy.
Somehow this made the song even worse. Like, I don't know how you could have stooped any lower, but it didn't really help the song, and Kesha's added stuff doesn't really do much. It's kind of the same cringy shit that this guy was saying. It just, like, I can't even with this. Like, at this point I'm done. If I hear it at work again, I'm probably just gonna throw my buddy's radio out the window because I get tired of hearing it every day. This song almost hit #1. It hit the top 5, and because of the Kesha feature, was projected to hit #1. It never did, thank God, but the fact that it even cranked the top 5 really makes me embarrassed for what's upcoming with country music now. I mean, it needs to rebuild. Like, these sports teams that are, doing bad and they're realizing, okay, maybe we need to tear everything down and start rebuilding. Country music needs a new identity. It needs a new form, and until it finds it, it's just going to be stuck in whatever the hell it's stuck in now. So that's my opinion on this. You can tell me in the comments below what do you think, and until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.